We've got a new weapon pack to tuck into here, and every time you successfully hit an enemy with your weapon or bow, you'll pick up a satisfying explosion of water which emanates from the point of contact. Now, all of these weapons are part of Rand's underwater weapon pack that has been found in the game files by Pedder and Ibsarp, meaning that we don't know when they're going to be released, but it will almost certainly be an incoming Helix pack. And let's first start with the Sickle weapon though. It's called the Seahorse, and it's described as being crafted for some submerged purpose, and it certainly lives up to its namesake, I'd say. It has this refined blue glass look that really does give you the feeling that it belongs deep in water or it's been smelted in ice. The hilt design in particular is what I believe looks like the head of a seahorse, and it is certainly a standout feature on this weapon. Now, as for perks though, it is incredibly basic. When you successfully land a hit with the weapon, you deal bonus damage, and it's not specified how much that damage equates to or the percentage chance of this bonus activation. It's certainly left very ambiguous from what I can see, and I imagine that is on purpose. But that being said, I think with most Helix sets, you're usually grabbing them for the visuals or animations, and I think this weapon and the remaining three that we're going to cover do tick those two boxes. Next up though, and that's the one-handed sword of Ran, noted as having a seahorse carved into the pommel as a homage to the glorification of her war chariot. And if you didn't know, Ran, the sword's namesake, is a Jotun frost giant in Norse mythology who is considered to be the personification of the sea and frequently uses her net to capture and drown seagoers. She is widely considered to be the sinister side of the sea in the eyes of the late Viking Age Icelandic seafarers, and I think the designers of this pack, particularly with the sword, have done a great job at presenting these weapons to be synonymous with the Jotuns and the sea itself. We also see more water splash explosions, followed by another circular dispersion of blue mist with each successful weapon hit, and just like its Sickle counterpart, the stats don't change. Every hit grants you that bonus weapon damage, which I think is ambiguity at its finest. Now, our third weapon in this pack is Ran's Tear, which is a new spear, and it's described as containing a single tear of Ran, where if you plunge it into the ocean, it may summon a tsunami. Now, we don't have any evidence of that happening in game, of course, but as far as visuals go, it is a solid looking spear, and something that I've not mentioned with the previous two weapons is that when the splash animation does proc with a successful hit, it does have this satisfying sound. So listen to this. So yeah, it's not bad at all if you're into this aesthetic and you like the sound. And when it does come to the stats, the spear runs along the same line as the sickle and the sword, that being bonus damage upon a successful NPC weapon strike. Now, as for the bow, it's called the Deadly Wave, which is noted as having the same power as waves smashing against sea cliffs, which is a fanciful description, of course. But in my opinion, it's another solid looking design where I can certainly envisage a frost giant pinging off arrows whilst riding the waves on a sea chariot. And if that's what the designers are going for, then I think they've done a good job. You'll also see further water splashes on every successful arrow shot, by the way, so there's no need to always hit a headshot as we've seen with other similar Helix pack bows, and the stats also remain the same here. Bonus damage on every hit. However, it won't be applied when utilizing special abilities, so bear that in mind if you are pondering whether or not to pull the trigger on this weapon pack when it does release in the future. Of course, big thanks again to Pedder and Ibsarp for getting us all of this info so we can have a first look. These type of videos just aren't possible at all without their hard work behind the scenes, so please do leave a like on the video to show your support for them. There should also be more Valhalla videos on your screen right now, so I'll catch you in there in just a second. Cheers for stopping by, and as usual, coffee's on me.